What's up everybody, GenExDividendInvestor here. I wasn't thinking I would release a video today, but I got excited when I saw the dividend increase notification about Microsoft, so I had to check my spreadsheet to see what my new annual dividend income was. So in this video I'll show you my updated dividend portfolio, as well as show you how I anticipated that a 10% dividend increase would be coming from Microsoft this week. So for those of you that are new to my channel, feel free to watch some of my other videos where I review my $1 million dividend portfolio that I've built up over 25 years of investing in the markets. Please consider subscribing, clicking the bell notification, and clicking the thumbs up icon to help promote my videos more on YouTube. Thanks, I really appreciate it. First I want to do a special shout out to Ari, who helped me on the thumbnail I used for this video and some of my other ones. Thanks Ari. Ari is a Patreon king on my Discord server, and it's been super fun getting to know him. For context, I run a free dividend Discord chat server that has over 4,600 dividend investors on it, and one of the channels I've configured on it is for dividend alerts, where I parse the Twitter feed of a user named Dividend Hike who posts when companies cut or increase their dividends. Give him a follow if you're on Twitter. Sometimes I find out about dividend changes from my own daily research or from people telling me, and sometimes I see them in my dividend alerts channel. Another automated way you can find out about dividend increases and cuts is set up a portfolio on Seeking Alpha and configure it to email you news on your stocks, and then in Gmail you create a filter where you look for the word dividend and put those emails in their own folder, and voila, dividend information delivered to you. Now this time I had actually heard about the increase before I noticed my dividend alert channel update, but this is what it looked like on my channel. Now why did I anticipate that Microsoft would increase this week by about 10%? Well, one website I often use is streetinsider.com, which I'll include a link to in the description of this video. So I take the trends of dividend increases and then update a spreadsheet with each of my stocks to show the estimated dividend increase dates. So look at Microsoft here. Street Insider already updated their site today with Microsoft's new increase. If you look at the two previous years, we see that on 9/18/2019 they announced a 10.9% increase, and then the year before that on 9/19/2018 they announced a 9.5% increase. So based on their history, I was guessing that this week they would announce a 10% increase, and sure enough, they announced a 9.8% increase. Obviously it's just an estimate, but given their track record, I was fairly confident that Microsoft would do that. We see that they're increasing their dividend from 51 cents per share per quarter to 56 cents per share per quarter. So then I went into my dividend portfolio tracker spreadsheet, which you see here. My spreadsheet actually automatically pulls in dividend increase or cuts, but that can take a bit for the data sources I use to dynamically update it. So today I proactively updated Microsoft's dividend to see what my new annual dividend income would be. So the first column is the ticker. A ticker is highlighted in green based on some conditionals I look for to alert me to various things. The next column is the logo. Then after that we have the sector it's in. Then we have the number of shares I own of each stock. You can see that Apple is a whole number because they just did a split which rounded me to the nearest whole share. Then I show the stock price, and then how much the stock changed today, and then its percentage change, and then how much that translated into in terms of dollars for each stock. The next column shows the market value of each stock in my portfolio, started from most to least. So in this case, my Apple position is my largest at about $201,000, and then Microsoft at $164,000, etc. At the bottom of the column, I sum up my portfolio value, which in this case is $1.7 million US. The next column is my passive income per stock, so with today's announcement, my estimated Microsoft annual income just increased from $1,607 per year to $1,764.70 per year, which is an increase of about $157 a year. So my new total estimated annual dividend income for my portfolio is on the bottom of the column, and it's $51,098.31. The next column is the percentage that each stock takes up in my portfolio based on market value. So for example, Microsoft is 9.67% of my portfolio. And then we have a column of exit dates followed by a column of pay dates. I highlight pay date entries in green if they're paying out today, cyan if they're paying out within a week, or yellow if it's within a month. So this shows me visually that I still have a bunch of dividends coming in this month, including McDonald's and Realty Income that will show up at midnight tonight, Duke Energy tomorrow, Home Depot in 2 days, and then 3 others later in September. Then I list my dividend yield for each stock and highlight ones in green that are over 4%. The value at the bottom of the column shows that my portfolio's average weighted dividend yield is 3.0%. And then the last column I'm showing you here is a 3-year dividend CAGR, and we see that my portfolio's average weighted 3-year dividend CAGR is 7.7%. Let's take a look at some of the graphs of my portfolio. So this is my portfolio value by sector. So we see that consumer defensive is about 25% of my portfolio, healthcare is 11%, technology is 22%, industrials are about 7%, consumer cyclical is 11%, utilities are about 9%, real estate is 5%, communication services are 5%, energy is 2.7%, and financials are 2.3%. Speaking of financials, I just saw a headline today that the Fed is suspending share buybacks for banks and are capping dividends. What that means is that all large banks can't do share buybacks in the third quarter, and they can't increase their dividends unless they have high enough earnings. Those are some of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of banks. That combined with I don't like to see businesses that have to be bailed out by governments to survive, like we saw in 2008. That being said, I still secretly like JPM, just don't tell anyone. Now, if you are a longtime subscriber, then you know that I'm invested in Goldman Sachs, but I'm doing that more as a growth play than a dividend play. Back to my spreadsheet. Another graph I like is this annual passive income by sector to get a sense of how much each sector is paying me. So even though technology is one of the bigger portions of my dividend portfolio by market value, due to its super low dividend yield, it only represents 6% of my annual income. We see that healthcare pays out 13% of my annual income, consumer defensive pays out 23%, etc. So that summarizes my portfolio. My original plan was to start living on dividend income once I hit $50,000 per year, so I'm still talking to my wife about downsizing and doing that. I think it'd be fun to move overseas and live in Costa Rica or Thailand or Spain or somewhere, but she's torn, wanting to leave the kids in the schools they're in, and she thinks we should have 9-to-5 jobs while we're still relatively young. She currently clocks in at a job, and I work for a startup for equity, but who knows where we'll go from here. Most likely we'll do the boring thing. Okay, now I'd like to thank a couple of my new Patreons. So thank you to my newest Patreon aristocrat, Corrupt3D. Thanks man, I really appreciate you signing up. Corrupt3D now has the opportunity to test my new Spreadsheet Portfolio 2.0 tracker product, which I've not yet fully shared on YouTube. I'd also like to call out a new Patreon champion. I won't be able to continue calling out champions as I grow, but for now I still can, so I'd like to say thank you for Effective Sloth for signing up. Thanks man. Finally, I want to leave you with this quote from Allie Raceman, a 2-time Olympic gymnast. She said, "The hard days are what make you stronger." So the next time you're putting off hitting the gym, remember that the days you overcome your laziness are the ones that allow you to grow. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Leave me a comment if you did, I'd really appreciate it. Liking my video is a simple way you can thank me. Also consider subscribing and clicking that bell notification. Finally, don't forget to check out my Dividend Discord server. You will really enjoy getting to talk stocks with other investors. Thanks, and I'll talk to you again real soon. I am not a financial advisor, and these videos are for entertainment, inspiration, and educational purposes only. Investing of any kind involves risk. I am only sharing my opinion with no guarantee of gains or losses on investments.